Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Dusty.
How are we this week?
Not doing too bad.
Good,
Getting
good.
by. You?
Yeah, can't complain. And even if I would, no one listens.
What was that Britishism you taught me? How are your tricks?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Nothing major going on. All chilled over here. Just, taking the easy life. What about you? How's
Nice.
tricks?
How's tricks? That's what it was. Not too bad. Trying to get caught up on some YouTube and webcomic stuff. Really want to get myself a good solid backlog so that one bad week doesn't throw off my schedule anymore. Still trying to get there, but we'll see how I can do.
Yeah. Those comic strips are quite good. In fact, in this particular episode, because you brought it up, that were linked in the description down there.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, man.
Thank you kindly.
Not a
Yeah,
problem
if you guys
at
are
all.
just tuning in and listening and didn't know that I do this or whatever, I do two comic strips. One is All Funnies and Games. That's just a weekly one-off, tell the joke in 4 panels or less kind of thing. And then one of them is called USS Undertaking. And it's basically, there is in the far-flung future, there is a living history museum from the age of space exploration. And it's kind of a workplace comedy.
It's definitely actually worth checking out. I've been reading some of the back ones, and it's actually quite cool.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Right, anyway, so last week we decimated the show with some Would You Rathers from either.io.
Yes.
So I believe this week it is all on you, my friend.
Yes, so this week I'm going to be looking at some icebreaker questions. Going back to the bread and butter of this show, we're trying out the icebreaker questions that you guys know which ones actually, work. So for starters, where did this question go? I had it right. Okay, if a movie was made out of your life, what genre would it be, and who would play you?
Well, I think it'd be some kind of comedy, and I'm not sure how the plot would go, but I think if anyone was going to play me, I think I'd have to give it to Gene Wilder. Is that the right guy? Yeah, that is the right guy. The guy out of Blazing Saddles? It was Gene Wilder, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was Gene Wilder.
See, it'd have to be him because most of the comedies that he's done have all been really, really slapstick, and therefore, I think a story about my life would be quite funny and be quite slapstick. So therefore, it would have to be him, and it would have to be a slapstick comedy, just because I don't take anything serious. Quite the downside.
Yeah, I think mine would be one of those ones where it's a little bit it's got the comedy moments, but it's kind of a meandering slice of lifey type of thing. I don't think the major beats of my life have been funny or dramatic or anything. It would just be guy getting a new house and the emotions around that and, how his life has gone. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of slice of lifey and almost veers into inspirational, but then it's got the weird little slice of life funny moments. And you leave the theater and you're kind of well, I'm not sure what that was. I didn't hate it, but I don't know why I watched it.
Yeah, that just killed 2 hours.
Yeah.
And gained me £3 because of the popcorn.
I'm trying to think who would play me, because it would probably have to be someone younger than me. And I feel like I don't know any actors younger than me. Right? Because most of my life happened when I was younger, obviously. So... it would have to be who's any actor. I'm straight up, I can't think of actors right now.
I reckon it would be Channing Tatum.
That's flattering.
No? Okay.
Okay, so you know how what Christian Bale did to himself to play Cheney?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine if Johnny Depp could be talked into that. And I think that's who would play me.
Oh.
He'd have to pudgy up a bit, but...
Maybe you'd have to,
right, well,
eat a bunch of McDonald's or something, or just gouge. Mind you, to be honest, that particular film about you, it'd probably be a 50% cooking show, to be fair, I reckon.
If I could figure out the, what do you call it? Just... I don't know why my brain's not filling in words today. The camera, the cinematography, all that side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do something cooking show wise on my YouTube channel. I think I could have a lot of fun with it. I just really don't know how to set up the cameras to get the cooking show feel. You know what I mean?
Just need a bunch of cameras. I reckon one on the left, one on the right, one pointing down. And you'll be away. So yeah, cool. Right. Next question.
Yep, there was one. So the next one. What's the most embarrassing fashion trend you used to rock?
Ooh. Now I don't know if you ever heard of the brand called Kappa.
No. How do you spell that? I want to look at it while you're saying this.
Kappa. Back in, I think, it must have been 90. I want to say 97, 98, maybe. This brand just exploded. Like, literally just everyone was wearing it. And because, like, they had some mad colors, like, you know, you had, you'd be able to get, like, a bright yellow jacket or, like, weird green colors. I mean, obviously you got, like, black and stuff, but, like, really, really bright red. And I went mad for it.
Yeah,
I had a bunch of, like, all these crazy colors and the trousers as well, because, like, you had the trousers that basically match the jacket. I'd love to see some pictures of what the hell I must have looked like back then, because they're not great.
I mean, I don't know if we can put this one into the episode, but here's what I found when I looked up Kappa 1990s.
Yeah, sure. If you got a picture or something, fire it up and I'll throw it on the screen.
Posted that in the wrong chat on Discord. My friends are going to ask me questions about that later.
It's all right. Tell them about the show you do on YouTube. It's all good. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's like practically, pretty much me and all my friends.
Yeah, because when I first looked it up, it was all the modern stuff. So it looked like, oh, this just looks like another brand doing what Adidas does. But like, looking at it 1990s style, yeah, I can see where this was like bright colors.
Yeah, well, the it's actually trying to make a comeback, and I've actually got a pair of what's called poppers. Have you ever heard of poppers?
No.
All right, so poppers are basically the tracksuit bottoms, but like from bottom to top of the leg, they've got like buttons on them, so you can literally just grab the bottom, and, like rip them apart.
Oh, tearaway pants. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, when you get to the top, they won't actually come completely like in half. It's just the legs that I've got the poppers on now. I mean, that would be weird if I'm out walking the dog on a beach with tearaway trousers whilst there's little children knocking around. I might get arrested quite quickly.
So you can just put a slit up the side for ventilation purposes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Back in the day, though, because like they did them in the Kappa trousers, did them, and I say Adidas. If anyone out there says Adidas, it's Adidas. They did them in like Adidas tracksuit bottoms as well. They were really quite popular, and they've actually started making a comeback. And someone saw a pair in the local store, thought of me, and bought me them. And I wear them often. So
nice.
Yeah, I was technically what was called a Kappa slapper. That was a term I used to hear regularly.
Y'all's slang is so like sing-songy. It makes me think of that. Have you seen that thing where they get a screenshot of Hugh Laurie from Blackadder, and it's all just like, my face when Americans call their lifts elevators, and then by the end of the list it gets down to my face when Americans call their clicky-clacky typey-wipies keyboards. My face when Americans call their rolling Jeremy hams a car. Like that.
Oh, nice.
Oh man,
There's nothing wrong with the word Kappa
for me.
slapper.
I remember Nikes were big. Especially when I was in like late elementary school. That's when I was most like wanting to do fashion. Was like 4th, 5th, 6th grade. So it was Nike shoes. We were never allowed to sag our pants, our shorts, so we just bought bigger shorts to make sure they hung below our knees anyway. So they weren't quite Jinkos, but they were like halfway between just shorts and Jinkos.
Okay.
And then vests. I don't know why. We all just liked vests. Like just cheap wool vests over a t-shirt.
A wool vest?
Wool's probably the wrong word. It was probably more like a I don't know, it was a wool-ish material. It was what's the word for it? Fleece. Fleece was the word I was looking for.
Right, okay.
But yeah, and this was in Texas. Like they were way too hot. But we wore them anyway.
And what about further up there? Was you did you just have the hair out all the time, or was you a baseball cap kind of guy?
I don't think I wore hats much at all, but when I was growing up, so basically from the time I was born to the end of 6th grade, my dad would take me to the military base barber shop because he was in the Air Force and get me the standard Air Force cut. And then from 7th grade until I graduated high school, he would take me to the base barber shop and I could get any haircut that the base barber knew how to do. So I had a flat top.
Right.
And then as soon as I left for college, I grew my hair out.
Cool, man. But yeah, so there we go.
Yeah.
You were into Nikes.
So there's our fashion faux pas of childhood.
Definitely. But I mean, I went to school. My secondary school was 94 till 99. So fashion was a bit different back then.
Sure, yeah. My elementary was, let's say like 93, 94 to 99. So I think I was in elementary while you were in, I guess, secondary, you call it, yeah.
Yeah, secondary, and then it's from there you either become a bum when you finish and just go straight into work, or you go to college, or I went to college for a year and then went straight into work. So anyway, yeah, so there we go.
I have a bachelor's in English.
You
but,
are?
Yeah, I actually have a BA in English, but
Do you
yeah,
really?
That's not the most useful degree these days.
No, I can't imagine it is. I mean, everyone speaks it, so why would you need to learn it?
It's like that Rick and Morty bit. Just, you're still learning English? It's the language you speak. How stupid are you? That's great. Okay. Let's see. I think we've got time for at least one more question, maybe two.
Yeah, we can squeeze two in, I think.
Okay. Here's a question. If you were a wrestler, what would be your entrance theme song?
What would my theme song be if I was a wrestler? What could I see myself walking down to beat the crap out? I mean, who am I kidding? I'd have like 7 bells of shit knocked out of me. I'm not really a fighter anymore. Do you know what? I think it's going to be Barbie Girl. It's the only sort of entertainment people are going to get before I get in the ring and sort of stand there and just get my ass handed to me before I get dropped and get that 1, 2, 3 thrown my way.
I kind of want to play off what you said and go with Material Girl because I love that song a lot. I don't know. I love. Did you ever see the Simpsons episode where Homer becomes a boxer?
Yeah.
And his entrance song is "Why Can't We Be Friends?" Perfect. Yeah. Love that one so much.
I mean, you could milk it even further. I mean, just to be annoying, like just to be that really annoying wrestler, like, I don't know, Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera. Imagine having that playing as you walk into the ring.
Yeah, if we go with the friendliness and consideration for everybody side of things, find the worst quality live recording of We Are the World. Like, specifically look for the recording that just was not recorded well, though. Like, the noise levels are all over the place. There's just ambient sound from whatever park they were doing Live Aid in that year. Like, really, really make it bad for your entrance to the ring.
Oh, man. I say we don't like go down the path of being wrestlers. I don't think we'd like that. That career wouldn't last long at all, I don't think.
Yeah, probably not. Ooh. So Simon and Garfunkel have a song that is called The Boxer, but it is still a terrible song to go into the ring to.
Yeah.
Just walking up to the ring. It's just, I am just a young man, but my story is seldom told.
Oh, what you could do is 500 Miles. That song, I can't remember who sang it.
Ooh. Yeah.
But then when you get to the ring, just keep walking around the ring until the song actually finishes, rather than having like that little intro bit. Just keep walking until it's like completely done.
So it's the joke of walking 500 miles.
Yeah. In fact, if any wrestlers are listening to this, please do that. Please, I want to see that.
That's such a great troll move. Okay, so speaking of like pro wrestlers and like the jokes around them, did you ever see the movie Bumblebee?
Yeah, that's fairly recent, isn't it? Oh well, within the last couple of years.
Yeah. With John Cena.
Yeah.
As the military commander.
Yeah.
That movie has my favorite dumb thing to happen in a movie, because he is on his military base needing to get somewhere, and he's just marching forward and shouts, "There's a door in my way." And his people blow up the door on his base that he presumably has the keys and access codes to. But they just blow it up. It's so dumb in the best way.
Oh man,
I love that scene so much. It's so terrible. Okay, well, I think we've got time for one more.
Yeah, man.
Let's say, what is your favorite TV show?
Ooh, now that's a tricky one, to be honest. Because I love the crap out of Family Guy. I think that's just brilliant. Definitely one of my favorite.
Okay, so just to interrupt you real quick, on the subject of Family Guy, did you see that Rubber Ross video that went up on YouTube in this last week?
I did not.
So Rubber Ross is this Australian guy, used to work for the Game Grumps. He did a video where he and another animator friend just got a list of YouTubers they know and got them to record voice lines and animated them into Family Guy.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
God, I think you're going to have to send me a link, and ladies and gentlemen, we'll also put that link in the comments just down there.
Yeah, I mean, this dude doesn't really need the plug, especially from us, because how many people are we sending him his way? Like half of you, but
yeah, probably.
But it is an entertaining video, and I think if you're listening to us, hopefully you'll enjoy watching his stuff.
But yeah, so Family Guy, which I've watched like loads. Like I can happily sit there and binge it, no problem, love it. But also at the same time, Big Bang Theory. Like I was quite fond of that. I was gutted when it came to an end.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I don't know. I never got deep into Big Bang Theory, but I would watch it when it was on. Like if I was just walking through the room and someone else was watching it, I might stop and watch for a minute. I actually stopped watching Family Guy for a while because just Brian always being just narratively blessed to be right about everything and Shut Up Meg both got really old for me. And then I saw the scene a few years later after I stopped watching when Quagmire just chews into Brian over like everything wrong with him. It's like, okay, they are aware of the problem. I could watch this show again.
Yeah, the Meg thing really sort of like sticks because like it can get to the point where, you know, over here number plates will sometimes have 3 letters at the end of their of the number plate, and even if I see a vehicle that's got MEG like there, I'm instantly just sitting there going, yeah, shut up Meg, as I'm driving along, and it becomes a bad habit.
Yeah, it just the jokes that they had that became running jokes were just kind of mean more than anything. So it was just like, I can't really keep enjoying this the way that I was. But then they started to get self-aware about that and tweak it, and I still don't watch it the way I used to because I don't have cable, but I like it more than I did at one point. they kind of turned around from like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. But like I can never fault it. Like I've watched so much of it, and I'll keep watching it, and just definitely one of my favorites. What about you?
I mean, it's a pretty normie answer, but I think Futurama is just gotta be top of the list for me. Like, just consistently so funny and like really smart humor.
Yeah,
Like,
see, like I suppose that's like me with you and Big Bang. Basically, if if it's on, I'll watch it. But I never really managed to just like sit down and binge it. To be fair, I should do one time actually because like, yeah, it's quite good.
yeah, I mean, I heard someone say once that Futurama is written very smart in the way that Rick and Morty fans think Rick and Morty is smart. And that really stuck with me. Yeah, so there you go. There's some shows to watch. I assume everyone listening to us has probably already heard of Family Guy, The Big Bang Theory, and Futurama. So
And
don't
Rick
know
and
that we're
Morty,
giving you hot takes here.
and Rick and Morty was thrown in there too. I have binged
And
that.
Rick and Morty.
Yes, I have watched that. One of my favorites was for some reason just the icon of Microsoft Edge walks in the room and he's just like, "What is my purpose in life?" And Rick's like, "To install Chrome."
I mean, I'm not saying Rick and Morty's bad. I think Futurama is a lot more intellectual in the writing team. That doesn't make Rick and Morty a bad show. I just think people give it credit for things it isn't, if that makes sense.
That's why it didn't last very long.
So, okay, we didn't really give anyone anything that they probably haven't heard of before. Do you have any like off the beaten track? Like I found this weird one-off thing that maybe no one's seen, but I thought it was really good.
Okay.
Like, do you have anything you'd recommend?
So yeah, I'd recommend Brooklyn Nine-Nine if you haven't seen it.
No, that one's fun.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Basically, I started watching that just on the off chance because it was there on Netflix and I was looking for something to watch, and I'd not heard great things about it. But the first one, like, really took me. It's quite funny. So I watched a few more.
Yeah, I've only seen a few, but I enjoyed that one as well.
So that's my off
to
the
go
beaten track one.
I think the most obscure I can think of off the top of my head that I thought was really good. This one is less funny, more kind of like interesting and also a little bit heartwarming. If you Google My First Errand, it's a show in Japanese, but it has subtitles. And basically it's just these little kids. Sometimes you get a kid as young as like 2. And they're being given their first errand to go do by themselves. So sometimes it's just like, here's your sister's lunch, bring it to her at school and come back. And sometimes it's things like, go to the grocery store, here's some money, come back with this food that we need for dinner. And it's like the cameras will follow them as they go and do this first errand they've ever been trusted with. And, it's these little kids with like I'm going to be serious about this look on their face, trying to go out and do big grown-up things to help out. And yeah, it's kind of heartwarming and kind of sweet and also just really interesting to see a culture that very much is like, yeah, no, you're 4. You can go to the grocery store.
Maybe I'll do that in the UK. You'd be more questioning if the child's ever going to come back. Or if you see it for sale on Craigslist somewhere.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the one that I think is kind of obscure and not too many people have probably heard of, but that if you haven't seen it and the heartwarming side of things is appealing to you at all, I'd recommend that to people.
There you go.
Yeah, if you just Google My First Errand, you'll see some results. You'll see some results on YouTube and some results on Vimeo. So It's kind of that level of where's the copyright even at these days.
I might give it a little look in.
Cool. Well, I think that's all the questions I had for today, and we're probably right around time, yeah?
Yes, we are indeed, and that is episode 29, I think.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, man. Big old numbers. Right, with that, Joe.
Dusty.
I will see you on the next one.
See you then. Bye, everyone.